I've decided to put two of the greatest NBA players on the same team, and now we have Nikola Jokic and Luka Jokic playing for the Denver Nuggets. In the process, I will also be rebuilding the Nuggets, pulling off trades to build a perfect team around Jokic and Luka. This video is not able to end until we win both of our superstars at least 2 championships. Let's go ahead and take a look at our 9-man rotation. So in our starting lineup, we have Luka Jokic, Christian Braun, Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon, and Nikola Jokic. And then off the bench, we have Tim Hardaway Jr., Peyton Watson, Spencer Jones, and Jonas Valanciunas. I do feel like the key to winning Luka Jokic and Nikola Jokic a championship here is to surround them around defenders, but as of right now, this will be the rotation, and then we'll probably be pulling off some trades at the trade deadline. Let's go ahead and simulate the first few games and see how we do. The first game is up against the Golden State Warriors, who we end up losing to 113 to 137. And if this isn't a sign that we need better defense, I don't know what is. Nikola Jokic had a 38-point double-double, Luka Jokic had 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. Let's see if we're able to defeat the Phoenix Suns, and we do end up defeating them 133 to 114. Christian Braun led the way with 29 points, Hardaway 27, Luka Jokic 25, 9, and 11. Jokic had 21, 7, and 9. Also, I would really appreciate it if you could take a quick second out of your time to hit that thumbs up button and also subscribe if you're new. It really does support out my channel a ton. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button. Our current head coach only has half a star offensive rating and 1.5 star defensive rating. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and fire him and try to get ourselves a new head coach. We do have a few good options. We do have Michael Stoffer, but it looks like we won't have the money, sadly, to sign him. So it looks like we're going to have to settle for someone like Jacob Underwood. He is a really good offensive head coach. I do believe, so Otis Newman is both good at defensive coaching and offensive coaching. So let's go ahead and sign him for now. In the next offseason, we could possibly change that. But as of right now, Otis Newman will be our new head coach. Under our new head coach, we will be rolling with a 4-star overall system proficiency balanced under Otis Newman. And now I'm going to start simulating here until the trade deadline, where we probably will be pulling off some trades and hopefully upgrading our defense. This season, our team does end up winning the NBA Cup, with Nikola Jokic winning NBA Cup MVP, averaging a 26-point triple-double on 50-50-90 shooting splits. Let's see which team we took on, and we took on the New York Knicks, defeating them 132 to 110, where Nikola Jokic had a 31-point double-double and Luka Jokic had a 27-point double-double. I'm stopped here on February 1st to show you guys something. So currently we are the number 1 seed. We have the best offense in the entire NBA, scoring 130.5 points per game. But when it comes to defense, we're one of the worst defensive teams, allowing 120 points. So I am going to be pulling off some trades here on February 1st, a few days before the trade deadline, and hopefully bringing in some defensive talent. And here's a trade that instantly makes our team better defensively. We're going to be trading for Dyson Daniels, where we send them Cameron Johnson. Cam Johnson has been playing good offensively, but as you guys can see, estimated wins added, he's giving us a negative impact. So we're going to be trading him away for one of the best defenders in the league, Dyson Daniels. And right now, Christian Braun is listed at the shooting guard position, but if we change that position to small forward, he goes up to an 83 overall, and now I'm going to throw him in Trade Finder and see what we could get back in return. This here is the best trade offer for Christian Braun, so we're going to be packaging him and De'Aaron Holmes in return for Saddiq Bey, and we also get Herb Jones to be the brand new starting small forward. And the final trade is going to be for a new backup center. I want ourselves to have a good defensive backup center, and Daniel Gafford could be that perfect player. So we're going to be sending away Jonas Valanciunas and Bruce Brown in return for Daniel Gafford, and we also get ourselves Jaden Hardy. Alright, this is insane. I know I said I wasn't going to be pulling off any more trades, but I threw Tim Hardaway Jr., a first round pick, and Zeke Naji in Trade Finder, and for some reason the Atlanta Hawks are offering us Zachary Risache, the former first overall pick who's averaging 14 points per game, and there's no way we're passing up on this trade offer, so let's go ahead and pull off this trade. Now we're starting to look like some real championship contenders. We brought in a lot of good defenders. Now we have ourselves a perfect mix of defense and offense. I'm going to start simulating here until the end of this season, where hopefully we can go on to win ourselves a championship. We have one game remaining of this season, and both Nikola Jokic and Luka Doncic are in the award races to winning MVP. Let's see which one of the two will end up winning. And it does end up going to Nikola Jokic, who was averaging 25, 11, and 11 on 50, 40, 80 shooting split. So he was averaging a 25-point triple-double. Cooper Flag wins Rookie of the Year, Ware wins Sixth Man, Victor Wembanyama Defensive Player, Kel'el Ware also wins Most Improved, Stephen Curry Clutch Player, Mike Brown Coach of the Year, and we end up winning Executive of the Year. Of course, we get both Nikola Jokic and Luka on all NBA First Team, and I believe that will be it for awards. And yeah, we don't get anyone on all defensive team, but that is alright. We ended this season being the number 1 seed, winning a total of 59 games and losing 23. I did think we would be better, but honestly our defense was holding us back a ton. Let me show you guys the player stats here in the regular season before we get into the playoffs. So the leading scorer on our team was Luka, averaging 29, 8, and 10 on 50, 40, 79 shooting splits. He had himself an amazing season. And then we had Jokic averaging a 25-point triple-double, 15 from Gordon, and 15 from Risa Shea. We only have 4 players here in double-digit scoring. The rest of the players are in single-digit scoring. But in the first round of the playoffs, we're taking on the Phoenix Suns, who still have themselves Devin Booker, Grayson Allen, Dylan Brooks, Mark Williams, and Jalen Green coming off of their bench. Now let's see if we're able to win this duo a championship in the first season of this video. Game number 1 will go to us, and Luka had 43 and 13. Nikola Jokic had 32 points, 15 rebounds, and 20 assists. Risa Shea with 22. Let's go. We also end up winning game 2. This time it's Luka dropping a 40-point triple-double, Jokic with a 28-point double-double. And we also win game 3. We do end up losing game 3 here by 2 points. Jokic and Luka played amazing, but sadly the rest of the team did not show up. We win game 4, and we do not gentleman sweep them, but we do beat the Phoenix Suns here in game 6. And now in the second round of the playoffs, we're taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves, who still have themselves Dante DiVincenzo, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, and Naz Reid, as well as Rudy Gobert as their 6th man. And so far here in the playoffs, Luka Doncic is averaging 32 points per game as well as 11 assists, and then we have Nikola Jokic averaging a 30-point triple-double. Hopefully they can continue playing at this level. Game number 1 does go to the Timberwolves. Okay, so they end up defeating us here by 7 points. We do end up winning game 2. Aaron Gordon dropped 32 points, Jokic had a triple-double, and a double-double from Luka. We need to continue playing at a high level, which we do here for game 3, where Jokic dropped a 29-point triple-double, and Luka had 25. We do end up losing game 4, and now the series is tied at 2-2 apiece. I've come up with a defensive coach game plan. I also changed up our starting lineup. We're going to be starting Zachary Shea over Herb Jones. Herb Jones has been struggling from the 3-point line, only shooting 25%. Let's see if that's going to make a difference and hopefully help us win this next game. We will have home court advantage on our side, and we do start off the first half pretty strong, but they do push back real hard there in the second half and already are defeating us, and they end up beating us by 22 points. Luka played amazing. Jokic had a 13-point double-double, but sadly that was not enough to secure this win. Now it's time for game 6. We're in a win-or-go-home situation, so we have to win this game to continue this playoff series. We won't have home court advantage on our side, but hopefully we still go out there and get this win. So far we're up by 4 points here with 4 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Hopefully we can start to run away with it, and it looks like we will be winning this game by 5 points. And Luka had himself a 31-point double-double, Jokic had a 25-point triple-double, and Herb Jones and Gordon both with 16 points. The series is tied at 3-3 apiece. Let's see which one of us will be going home. I totally hope it's not going to be us. We do have home court advantage on our side, so hopefully we go out there and get this win. So far, the Timberwolves have the lead, but we do take it back from them. It's a really close game here going into the 4th quarter. We take the lead back from them, and now we're up by 6 points, 3:40 remaining. Hopefully, we could keep this lead. It's a really close battle, still is. 1 minute remaining, we're up by 4 points. Let's see what happens here. 3, and we do end up winning this game by 3 points, where Luka Jokic dropped a 35-point double-double and Jokic had a 28-point double-double. And after that really intense battle with the Minnesota Timberwolves, we're now going to be taking on the defending NBA champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder, who still have themselves Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren. They have the same exact starting 5 as they did when winning themselves a championship, but hopefully we defeat them here in the conference finals. Game number 1 will go to us, and it's Jokic with a 24-point double-double, Luka with 19, and Dyson Daniels with 19 as well. We also end up winning game 2, we win game 3, and we do not sweep them, but we do end up gentlemen sweeping the defending NBA champions. Let's go. And Nikola Jokic wins Western Conference Finals MVP, averaging a 25-point triple-double. Evan Mobley, Eastern Conference Finals MVP for the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers have a starting lineup of Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Tyson, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen. They also have Hunter and Klay Thompson coming off of their bench. Let's see how things go here. Game number 1 does go to us, and Jokic drops a 33-point triple-double, Luka with 30, and Aaron Gordon with 20. We also end up winning game 2, we win game 3, and is this going to be a sweep? Yes, it will, and we win the Denver Nuggets, Jokic and Luka a championship, with Nikola Jokic winning Finals MVP, nearly averaging a 30-point triple-double. And of course, we're going to be running it back another season. Hopefully we're able to go on to win ourselves a back-to-back championship, but let's see how our team did here. So we played a total of 22 games in the playoffs, and the leading scorer was Luka Jokic, averaging a 28-point double-double on really good shooting splits. And then we had Nikola Jokic averaging a 26-point triple-double on 50, 40, 80 shooting splits. Aaron Gordon was almost averaging 20 points per game, 11 from Daniels and 11 from Zachary Risachet. In the NBA Finals, where we played a total of 4 games, Jokic was the leading scorer, averaging 29 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists. And then we had Luka Jokic averaging 26, 11, and 8. We had Aaron Gordon, who was balling out here in the NBA Finals, 23 and 10 from Dyson Daniels. This offseason, I am looking for a new head coach, so I'm going to go ahead and fire our current head coach, Otis Newman, and the reason for that is we have 2 of the best players in the NBA on our team. There's no way we should be struggling in the playoffs, but that was the case, so I'm going to go ahead and try getting ourselves a new head coach. I'm going to offer Ime Udoka a contract. I'm going to offer a bunch of coaches a contract, and I'll show you guys which coach accepts. And it looks like Ime Udoka will be the brand new head coach over here in Denver. He goes ahead and accepts the contract, which means he's going to be running our team for the foreseeable future. I do have a pretty good trade here in mind, which I'll show you guys in a second, but for now, we don't have ourselves any first round picks, so I'm going to go ahead and simulate until team player options. That way we could pick up some team options. We're going to go ahead and, of course, pick up the team option on Zachary Risachet. I'm going to pick it up on Julian Strawther, and the same for this dude here, and the only reason I'm picking it up for these two is we're going to be trading them away. It looks like Peyton Watson is going to be a free agent here, and we are going to go ahead and give him the qualifying offer, even though in the playoffs he was shooting the ball horribly from the three-point line. I believe he was shooting about 14%, and in the regular season he was shooting 32%, so we're probably going to sign and then trade him anyways. Let's see if there's anybody else here in free agency that we need to re-sign, and it looks like it's only Peyton Watson, so I'm going to go ahead and offer him a 3-year contract paying him $6 million annually. Let's see if there's any more money that we have here in free agency, and it looks like the most money we could spend is $5.7 million. So it looks like Peyton Watson does accept his 3-year $19 million contract, and I also went ahead and signed Malik Beasley, Keon Ellis, and Luke Kennard. The trade that I was talking about is this trade here. I'm going to be targeting Jaden McDaniels from the Minnesota Timberwolves. I believe he could be the perfect starting small forward that we need on our team. Herb Jones wasn't playing all that good in the playoffs. When we needed him most, we had to bench him. So I'm going to try trading away Herb Jones, Julian Strawther for Jaden McDaniels. But of course they declined, so let's start throwing in some more players. What about this dude here? That does not get it done either. We may have to include somebody like Peyton Watson, which I'm fine with doing, and that gets the trade done. We get ourselves Jaden McDaniels. This past season, we've had Saddiq Bey be our backup power forward, and he was giving us a negative impact, so I'm planning on trading him away to the Atlanta Hawks in return for Ozzy Noel, who's a rookie, but he's been playing pretty well here in his rookie season on 50-40-74 shooting splits. The Hawks decline, they want Luke Kennard and Jalen Pickett. In return, they'll give us this dude here, so let's go ahead and pull off this trade. I was looking around here in free agency, and we have enough money to sign ourselves Quentin Grimes. I'm going to go ahead and offer him a 4-year contract, paying him $5.5 million annually, and we'll give him a player option on that 4th year. Let's see if he's going to accept this contract, and it looks like he will, so we get ourselves Quentin Grimes on a 3-year contract. Now what I'm going to do with Quentin Grimes is change his position from shooting guard to small forward, where he goes up to an 82 overall, and now he's going to be the backup small forward going into this next season. Last season we were good, but this season I believe we're going to be unstoppable. Here we are at the start of this season with our brand new 9-man rotation. In our starting lineup we have Luka Jokic, Dyson Daniels, Jaden McDaniels, Aaron Gordon, and Nikola Jokic. And then off the bench we have Zachary Risachet, Quentin Grimes, Ozzy Noel, and Daniel Gafford. There was a lot of progression from our younger core, and something we could do now is, which we weren't able to do last season, is if Dyson Daniels doesn't play all that well, we could always switch him out for Zachary Risachet, who I have playing the shooting guard position. Dyson Daniels is not a floor spacer, so if that affects our offense, I will be switching him over to the bench unit, but as of right now, this is how we're going to be running things. Let's see how we do here in the first few games. The first game is up against Dallas Mavericks, so we end up defeating 120-114, where Risachet led the way, dropping 24. Luka had 19 and Jokic with 18. The next game is up against Sacramento Kings, and we also end up defeating them 138-113. Jokic had himself a 32-point triple-double, 29 from Gordon, and a 22-point triple-double from Luka. And we also defeat the Washington Wizards, and yes we can, we also score 136 points against the Wizards, where Jokic had a 30-point triple-double and Luka had a 17-point double-double. This time around we're going to be rolling with a 4.5-star overall system proficiency, balanced under our brand new head coach Ime Udoka. And now I'm going to start simulating here until the trade deadline, and if there's any trades to be made, of course I'll stop and show y'all. We end up winning ourselves a back-to-back NBA Cup, and Nikola Jokic wins NBA Cup MVP once again, averaging a 25-point triple-double. We went up against the New York Knicks again, the same as last season, but this time we defeated them 155-101, and Jokic had a 21-point triple-double, Gordon had 27, 22 from Grimes, 21 from McDaniels, and a 19-point double-double from Luka Jokic. As much as I love Aaron Gordon being on the Denver Nuggets, it's time for us to say our goodbyes. He's shooting only 34% from the 3-point line. He is shooting really good from the field, but I do believe we need shooters on this team as well as good defenders. So I'm going to be pulling off this trade here with the New York Knicks that gets us back OG Anunoby to take over the power forward position. He's one of the best defenders, a really good 3-and-D player, so let's go ahead and pull off this trade. There's one game remaining of this season, and once again Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic are in the award races to winning MVP. This time around it looks like it may be Luka Doncic. Let's go ahead and see which one of the two will get MVP, and it goes to Luka Doncic, who wins his first ever MVP, averaging 30 points per game, 8 rebounds, 10.5 assists, 1 steal on 50-40-80 shooting splits. So in this video, we were able to win both Luka and Jokic an MVP. AJ Debonta, Rookie of the Year, Ivy, 6-Man, Victor Wembanyama, Defensive Player, Scoot Henderson, Most Improved, Reeves, Clutch Player, Ime Udoka, Coach of the Year, and we also win Executive. We do get both Luka and Jokic on all NBA First Team, and it looks like that will be it for awards, unless we get someone here on All Defensive Team, and sadly we do not. We did end the season being the number 1 seed, winning a total of 69 games and losing only 13. So clearly the trades we've pulled off and the signings we did in free agency have worked. Let's take a look at the player stats for the regular season before we get into the playoffs. The leading scorer on our team was Luka Doncic, averaging 30 points per game. And then we had Jokic averaging a 25-point triple-double on 50, 40, 85 shooting splits, 15 from Ricochet, 13 from OG, 12 from Quentin Grimes, 12 from Dyson Daniels, and 11 from Jaden McDaniels. So we had ourselves a boatload of players here in double-digit scoring. Unlike last season, where I believe we only had 4 players that were in double-digit scoring. Now in the first round, we're going to be taking on the Golden State Warriors, who still have themselves Stephen Curry, Brennan Pajemski, Jimmy Butler, Jonathan Kuminga, and it looks like they went and traded for Nicholas Claxton, as well as Lou Dort coming off of their bench. Let's see what happens here. Game number 1 does go to us. Luka leading the way with 27 points and 16 assists, and Jokic had 19, 15, and 13. Amazing game from both of our stars. We also end up winning game 2. This time, Luka drops 38 points. Jokic with another triple-double. This time a 16-point triple-double, as well as 4 blocks and 2 steals. Let's go. It looks like we win game 3 and we sweep the Golden State Warriors, making it to the second round. So far, Luka's averaging 32 points per game and 11 assists, whereas Jokic is averaging 21, 12, and 10 on 49% from the field. Jokic has been struggling on his 3-point shot, but that is alright. In the second round of the playoffs, we're taking on the OKC Thunder, who have themselves Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren. It looks like they haven't made any single trades or changes to their roster. Game number 1 will go to us. Luka with a 29-point triple-double, Jokic with a 29-point double-double. Let's go. We also end up winning game 2, we win game 3, and we sweep the OKC Thunder, making it to the conference finals, where we're going to be taking on the San Antonio Spurs. And it looks like they still have the same starting lineup. They still have De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, Sohan, and Victor Wembanyama. And it looks like they do have Dylan Harper and Keldon Johnson, as well as Mitchell Robinson coming off of their bench. Let's see if we're able to defeat the Defensive Player of the Year, Victor Wembanyama. Game number 1 does go to us in Jokic with a 28-point triple-double, Luka with a 26-point triple-double. Let's go. We also win game 2. We do end up losing game 3. We also lose game 4. Okay, so now they are starting to push back, and this is where we're going to have to come up with a defensive coach game plan. I've come up with a defensive coach game plan. Hopefully that helps us out in this next game. We will have home court advantage here for game 5, and we do start off the first quarter real strong, and it looks like we will be winning this game, and yes, we do, by 14 points. Luka had a 35-point double-double, Jokic with a 31-point triple-double, 18 from McDaniels, 16 from OG. Now we're up 3-2. Let's see if we can close this out here in game 6. It looks like that may not be the case, and we do end up losing here by 6 points to the Spurs. Luka had 37, but only 17 from Jokic. Alrighty, we're in a winner-go-home situation. Time for game 7. Series is tied at 3-3 apiece, and thankfully we do have home court advantage on our side. Hopefully we're able to get this win, and we start off really strong in the first half, and we do end up winning by more than 30 points. Luka had a 35-point triple-double, Jokic with a 19-point triple-double, and 20 from Zachary Ricochet. And Nikola Jokic wins Western Conference Finals MVP, averaging a 25-point triple-double, and LeBron James, Eastern Conference Finals MVP for the Chicago Bulls at age 42. Let's go. It looks like LeBron James led the Chicago Bulls all the way to the NBA Finals. I was not expecting another Jokic versus LeBron James playoff series, let alone the NBA Finals, but it looks like it's happening here. The Chicago Bulls taking on the Denver Nuggets. The Bulls still have themselves Josh Giddey, Kobe White. Looks like they traded for LeBron James and DeAndre Ayton. They still do have Montez Buzelis. Let's see what happens here. Game number 1 does go to us. The Joker with a 32-point triple-double, OG with 23, and the Don with a 22-point double-double. Game number 2 also goes to us, Jokic with 31 and 14, and then Luka with 26 and 12. Let's go. We do end up losing game 3 here. LeBron dropped 36 points on our head. What I'm really impressed by is LeBron is 42 years old, and he led the Chicago Bulls all the way to the NBA Finals, which I was definitely not expecting. And now the series is at 2-1. Let's see if we can make that 3-1. Yes, we can. The Joker with another triple-double, double-double by the Dawn. Are we going to gentlemen sweep the Bulls? And yes, we do, to win our boys a back-to-back championship, with Luka Jokic winning Finals MVP, averaging 34, 8, and 11 on 48% from the field. Before I end out this video, let me show you guys the player stats for the playoffs here. So we played a total of 20 games, and in those 20 games, the leading scorer was Luka Jokic, averaging 31, 7, and 12, and then we had Jokic averaging 25, 11, and 11. 16 from Ricochet, 15 from OG, and a bunch of more players in double-digit scoring. Now let's take a look at the NBA Finals stats, where we played a total of 5 games. The leading scorer was Luka Jokic, averaging 34, 8, and 10, and then we had the Joker averaging 27, 11, and 12. Before I end out this video, I would like to give a huge shout out to my boy Silly Peanut, who suggested for me to make this video, so here it is, and I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button, and also subscribe if you're new for more NBA 2K26 videos. It really does help on my channel a ton, and click here on the screen to watch my latest upload. Until next time, it's your boy Dragon, and I'm out. Peace.